My name is Christine McGuinness, and I'm privileged to be the fourth generation of my family to worship at St Cuthbert's. The picture I have chosen to share with you today is one that hangs in my hall at home, and it brings back warm, happy memories of a day in 1990 when Scotland won the Grand Slam. It was the day flower power blossomed at Murrayfield for the match they said Scotland would never win. But a performance of passionate commitment by the Scottish team, backed by 50,000 Scots, sent shivers down the spine with their anthem, Flower of Scotland, and it sent the English homeward to think again. My painting was painted by Robbie Browne, who's the other half of the Corries, who wrote that piece of music. The painting is called Underdog Rampant. What a day! Those of us who were there will never forget the passion, the commitment, the excitement, particularly of those closing 15 minutes when the Scottish heroes tackled like demons and played themselves into the history books. Specific moments live still in the mind's eye. The Scottish team, with a stern-faced David Soul at their head, marching from the tunnel with steady and chilling gladiatorial tread, the overwhelmingly emotional experience of 50,000 Scots joining together to sing Flower of Scotland was something no one had heard before. If you weren't there, you can have no idea how grand it was and how intimidating it must have been for the English players. This was the day we were going to get our own back for 700 years of slights, real and imagined. From the game itself, there were so many instances of courage, skill and daring that it is perhaps invidious to isolate just a few, but I can still remember some of the great moments from a great game. At 4 o'clock on the afternoon of Saturday the 17th of March 1990, the public address system at Jenner's department store on Edinburgh's Princes Street crackled into life. The predominantly female customers thronging Edinburgh's top store on this glorious spring afternoon expect a sales announcement, or maybe, in the troubled times, a warning of a bomb scare. But the proclamation when it came was more important than that. "We have the final result from Murrayfield," said the disembodied voice. "Scotland 13, England 7. A tumultuous, high-pitched cheer swept around the venerable old store. Matronly Edinburgh ladies and their younger counterparts in the boutiques and at the cosmetics counters realised, as had the Scottish nation, including those poor souls not interested in the game of rugby football at all, just how significant and historic had been this rugby match. And like the nation, the Jenner's ladies gave vent to a feeling of immense satisfaction that the old enemy had been seen off again. There were many moments in the game that one can remember, but perhaps one of the most poignant moments came at the end, when David Bishop had just blown for no side. Murrayfield erupted with a mixture of relief and jubilation, and the youngsters, along with a lot not so young, had begun to run onto the pitch in the traditional pitch invasion. There, down on his knees and with his bowed head resting despairingly on his right hand, was the English hooker Brian Moore. The uncompromisingly competitive Moore was utterly distraught. Losing had not been on his agenda. He was spotted by Finlay Calder, who moved through the throng towards the English player. A protective arm was placed around his shoulders. The players exchanged a few words and then they swapped their jerseys, as is tradition. After the rest of the players have left the pitch, Calder and Moore trudged slowly towards the safe haven of the police cordon at the tunnel mouth. It would have been easy and understandable for Calder to have raced for the dressing room so that he could savour the moment of victory with his Scottish teammates. But he didn't, and that kind of moment is what makes rugby still the best team game going. What I like about this sport is the respect after battle. Like religion, sport conveys important lessons about values and culturally appropriate behaviour. The lessons they teach are similar, and both religion and sport use symbols as their primary means of communication. I hope you enjoy this painting as much as I do.